Imagine for a second a world where you can't trust anything you see or hear. Not a news clip, not a video call from your boss, not even a quick message from a family member. Well, according to the world's top experts, that world isn't some far-off sci-fi fantasy. Nope, it's set to arrive as early as next year. And this quote right here, this is the core of everything we're talking about today. It's not a vague possibility, it's a direct prediction from one of the most respected tech publications on the planet, MIT Technology Review. And notice the key word here isn't difficult or challenging, it's impossible. Now, if you're thinking, okay, but that's just one opinion, think again. This isn't a fringe idea. A massive survey found that 78%, that's nearly 4 out of every 5 AI security researchers who study this stuff every single day, agree with that timeline. The people on the front lines are sounding a very, very clear alarm. So let's really break down what this 2025 prediction means. This isn't just about fakes getting a little harder to spot. We're talking about a fundamental shift in our reality. To understand where we're going, you have to look at where we are right now, today. Our best human experts, our most advanced AI tools, they can only catch about 10 to 15% of deepfakes. Let that sink in. That's an 85 to 90% failure rate. The crisis isn't coming. It's already here. So you might be asking, how can they be so sure that detection is heading towards zero? Well, this consensus is built on a trend that is, frankly, pretty alarming. Just look at the speed of this collapse. Back in 2017, we could catch 80% of fakes. Pretty good. Just 2 years later, it was basically a coin toss at 50%. By 2021, we were down to a measly 15%. This isn't a slow decline, it's an absolute freefall. The projection for 2025 is less than 5% accuracy, which is basically just random guessing. And this isn't coming from just one place. We're talking about the heaviest hitters in technology, in academia, and in national security. From MIT and Stanford to the FBI's cyber division, and even NIST, that's the US government's top research body. They've all looked at the data and have all come to the same conclusion. This quote from Stanford just nails it. It perfectly captures the why behind all this. It's an arms race. But unlike most, this isn't a stalemate. One side is innovating so fast that the other just can't keep up. So let's break down this arms race. It's really crucial to understand why deepfake creators have such a massive and probably permanent advantage. Here's the core of the problem. Deepfake creation technology improves 6 to 12 months faster than our ability to detect it. The creators are always on offense, they know the flaws in their own work, and they fix them before releasing new tools. Meanwhile, the detectors are always playing defense, always trying to catch up, looking for the fingerprints of flaws that might not even exist anymore. And this really illustrates the three-front war that detection is losing. First, it's like a game of whack-a-mole. For every tiny flaw detectors find, like weird blinking or blurry edges, the creators just fix it. Second, we're crossing what's called the photorealism threshold. Once a fake is visually perfect, what clues are even left to find? And third, there's just the sheer volume. Millions of fakes are being created, and it's completely overwhelming any system we have to review them. And on top of all that, there's speed. What took hours of expert work back in 2017 now takes just a few minutes on a regular computer. By next year, the projection is the ability to generate a high-quality, undetectable deepfake instantly, in real time. The barrier to entry is just completely evaporating. Okay, so we've covered the what and the why. But now let's get to the most important part. What does a world of undetectable fakes actually mean for our daily lives? And this is not a theoretical threat. Just last year, a company lost over $25 million because an employee got a call from a perfect deepfake of their CEO's voice authorizing a wire transfer. That was with today's technology. Imagine when it becomes real-time and flawless. And while fraud is a huge problem, the data shows an even darker reality. An overwhelming 96% of deepfake content found online is non-consensual pornography, created to harass and abuse people, overwhelmingly women. When these videos become undetectable, proving your innocence becomes next to impossible. This forces all of us to ask some really uncomfortable questions. In this new reality, how can you trust that the person on your next work video call is actually them? When you see a video clip on the news of a world leader saying something inflammatory, how can you know for sure that it's real? And here's the most personal question. What happens when someone creates a perfect, undetectable video of you saying or doing anything they want? How do you prove it's a lie?
Now, I know the outlook seems grim, but the end of detection isn't the end of the story. It actually marks the beginning of a new era of trust. We just have to adapt.
The most crucial point is this. The fundamental rule that has governed human perception for millennia is officially broken. Seeing is believing is no longer a reliable guide to the truth. So, what replaces it? The answer isn't about getting better at spotting fakes, it's about getting better at proving authenticity. And this is the role of cryptographic verification. Instead of hunting for pixel-level flaws, we'll start to rely on a kind of digital, tamper-proof seal that confirms a video's origin and guarantees it hasn't been altered. So this new system of trust will be built on a chain of authenticity. It'll start with cameras that cryptographically sign every video the moment it's created. That signature will then follow the file, creating a secure chain of custody. Ultimately, it means we have to shift our trust from our own eyes to the credibility of the source, relying on organizations and platforms that have adopted this verifiable technology.
And this is the question we're all going to have to answer, starting very, very soon. Because in a world of perfect, undetectable fakes, the most important skill won't be spotting a lie, but knowing how to find the truth.